Make strange bedfellows, as Shakespeare put it. So here's the deal. The brand marketers are responsible for largely intangible elements of brand stewardship, such as unaided brand awareness, defining what a brand means, and brand consistency, where direct response marketers are held to tightly defined budgets with high levels of accountability on things like cost per acquisition, cost per lead, and gross margin per transaction. In many large marketing companies where I've worked, these two marketing disciplines are so divergent in their goals that they're physically housed on different floors in the company headquarters. To sum up these relationships, their worlds are miles apart. However, the job of the conversion marketer requires a new way of thinking about brand marketing and direct response marketing. Despite being motivated to drive sales revenues, you must first think in the abstract, a bit like a brand manager, in order to increase your conversion percentages. The fact of the matter is this, that less than 2% of first-time visitors to any website make a buying decision on their first visit. Wow. Combine this with the fact that the average website only has about 10 visitors per day. So what this translates to is that the average website has the potential to secure a whopping 6 customers per month in the absence of a well-crafted conversion marketing strategy. The truth is that a marketer has to build trust with consumers prior to their making a buying decision, which I guess is pretty intuitive. This is the essence of branding. This premise holds true with both established brand names and especially with those companies that you've never heard of. A great way to think about this is in terms of dating. I've got this friend who's a professional speaker on leadership. He's an articulate guy who's always dressed in expensive suits. He illustrates the concept of trust in the context of dating by picking a woman from the audience and inviting her to come up on stage. He'll get really close to his guest and look unblinking in her eyes and ask, "Will you go out with me?" This tact always gets a laugh from the woman, which is probably the same response that many marketers get from first-time website visitors when being asked for an order. I should ask my friend if his conversion rate is better than 2%. Anyway, the booming marketplace of e-commerce is changing the marketing rules in many companies. The World Wide Web is approaching a $100 billion marketplace, representing a whopping $600 million a day in daily transaction value, making the internet the single fastest growing marketplace in the history of the world. Companies that traditionally transact the majority of their revenues offline are scrambling in the 21st century to engage direct-to-consumer strategies, which of course gets really complicated with channel conflict and pricing strategies. Whether your company is large or small, your e-commerce conversion strategy will need to incorporate a strong foundation of branding baked into your sales process if you ever intend to convert visitors into customers. This leads us into the definition of conversion marketing, which will help you create a strategy that combines both your branding efforts with your direct response efforts in a seamless manner. Conversion marketing is money-making magic. At the most basic level, conversion marketing boils down to 2 factors that are directly under your control. Increase the qualified traffic to your website, and number 2, increase your conversion percentages. So this talk is primarily focused on the psychological methods of attaining conversions in an automated way, so you're literally making money while you sleep. There are great resources out there that you can read or listen to about increasing the traffic to your website through search engine optimization, banner advertising, public relations, email marketing, and traditional advertising. So the focus of this discussion will be more on the psychology of conversion. So I'd like to encourage you to think about your conversion marketing strategy in the same way that you would plan a party. Now, this may seem a little odd, I know, but the same process that party planners use is applicable to increasing sales conversion rates on your website. So I've got this friend, Megan, who's a professional party planner, great job, by the way, who happens to be planning a party for a prominent eye surgeon next month. So the physician is launching a new company that will enable doctors in remote areas to have the equivalent of a hallway conversation with colleagues from major teaching hospitals and universities about the latest treatment for illness. So Megan's job is to invite doctors to an elegant gathering at this physician's waterfront home, complete with a Spanish guitarist greeting guests as they arrive, where they'll be presented with a rare opportunity to become an early-stage seed investor in this company.